Who wants to be a millionaire? In this hopefully short video, I will show you how you can become millionaire status with just a $50,000 a year income. How is this possible? By investing, of course. And yes, this is possible with less money. The two main factors on that are going to be time and amount invested. So make sure to watch the whole video because I am going to give some different scenarios. As I've said so many times in my previous videos, the S&P 500, pretty much the overall market, historically speaking, gives back to investors about 10% annually. That does include dividends. So a quick formula would be, if you were to invest $500 a month at an annualized return of 10%, it should take you about 30 years to become millionaire status. I know 30 years sounds very daunting, but hey, it's $1 million. And if you're making $50,000 a year, that's only 12% of your income. And do remember, a 10% return from the market is based on historical data. Could be more, could be worse. It's definitely been a lot higher the last few years. But one thing is for sure, investing will get you there the quickest way possible. And if you're thinking, well, maybe I don't have 30 years to invest, well, maybe you actually don't need $1 million anyway. You actually don't need $1 million necessarily to retire. And that's good news if you're older and you haven't started yet. And that's another reason why get off your ass now and start investing. But let's say you are 30 years old. It would be so smart of you to put as much money as you can back into the market to invest in. With this formula, if you did start at 30 years of age with $500 a month invested, by the time you're 60, you should have a little bit over $1 million. And if you invested all of that into a Roth IRA, then you're not going to pay taxes on any of that. You're eligible to start withdrawing your money, your gains when you're 59 and a half, which is pretty dang close to 60. If you want more information on IRAs, just watch my video up here. Other things to consider. Does your employer offer a 401k? If so, try to take advantage of their maximum contributions. That's just free money. Also, due to inflation, that $500 a month that you're going to be spending later down the road is not going to be worth nearly as much. So it's not going to be as big of a expense, if you will. And hopefully, unless you suck at life, you should be making more money through the years to come. Just doing some quick research, I discovered that the average person gets about a 3 to 5% raise every year. So these are all great things to keep in mind. And the longer you wait, the more money you're going to need and the more time you're going to need to reach this goal. Example, if you're hell-bent on millionaire status and you're starting from zero at age 40, if you wanted to cash out your IRA by the time you're basically 60, it would take over $1,300 a month. That's more than double the $500, mainly because you only have 20 years versus 30 years to do it. And check this out, for all of you that have not started investing or are afraid to start investing, if you wanted to hit millionaire status by saving alone, over a 30-year period, it would require $2,777 every month. That's more than 5 times more than if you were putting your money in the market.
Man, that sucks!
That is a great example of the power of compounding interest. And another example of why your cash is just rotting away if it's sitting in a savings account. You know the saying, the poorer get poorer and the richer get richer? That's because both of them have habits that keep them where they are. Rich people and retired people tend to keep investing while most poor people have never even started. As many of you know, I am retired and I am still putting away a minimum of $1,500 a month back into the market. And even though I am living off of my dividends from my investments, my net worth goes up on average about 0.5% every month. If you want to find out more on how much money you will need and how much time you need to meet certain financial goals, just do a quick Google search for investment calculator. I was using calculator.net to get my numbers. If you haven't started investing yet and you don't know where to start, just watch some of my previous videos. You can always ask for help in the comments too. I'm more than happy to help any of you guys. And if you want to keep things simple, Just invest in the overall market, like the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ 100, like I've talked about so many times on my channel. QQQ is Invesco Power Shares. That is the NASDAQ 100. It typically outperforms the S&P 500. Not by a lot, but it always does. Let me know in the comments what your financial goals are. I'm curious. I'm a finance dork. I hope you enjoyed this information and I gave you guys something to think about. Please smash that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. It costs you nothing and it helps me so much. Think of it as your good deed for the week. Thanks again for watching and I will see you later. Bye-bye.